Photograph on the left was scanned twice. It was scanned initially when the waterproofing contractor had completed the work. And then, as you can see in the background, there was some light layer of plywood, and this area was used as a construction staging site. From projects like this, we've got to be aware that the rubbing between the plywood down to the substrate may cause damage, but ultimately, in this particular project, it was improper surface preparation, where there was small stones that were embedded within the membrane, and when the pressure from the storage of materials was put on site, it slowly put a hole through the membrane. Often we find products that were used on the construction site embedded within the membranes. And we joke that, hey, is this a mechanically fastened membrane system? Waterproofers and roofers aren't using screws, nor are they using welding rods either. And that photograph on the left indicates that, hey, there's welding rods that are visible. Often we don't find the welding rods. Those have been picked up by the general contractor's cleanup teams or the metal workers themselves. What we do have to find, though, is metal that's been heated and embedded within the membrane from the work that's occurred over time. Same thing with the reciprocating saw marks, mechanical damage, physically to membranes. Often it's not the marca Zorro seen in that particular photograph. It is basically usually a small nick, and someone's either stepped on it and sort of filled it in, but these are very obvious. We used to show pictures of scaffolding damage to membranes in which it was just a metal pad sitting right down on top of the membrane, and then people said, hey, could you show us some of the ways that it could be done? So that's what the other two photographs are showing. Staging material is probably our number one cause, where basically on these tight urban sites where they are using roofing as a staging area, we often do not see sites that look like this, where we have a layer of insulation, some pretty hefty plywood, and then rebar sitting down on top of it, and a space where we can get the cable hoist cables underneath it and basically lift it away. So most of the time we're seeing the materials directly on the roofs, and they're probably our number one cause of damage to roof membrane.